So, how does a company that makes everything from the spandex in your gym clothes to the massive transformers that power your city stay on top? Especially in a world that's just full of trade wars, tech booms, and huge green revolutions. Well, today we're going to take a deep dive into the playbook of the South Korean giant Hyosung Group to see exactly how they're playing corporate chess on a global scale. All right, let's get right into it. The global market is, for sure, a chessboard. And for a massive player like Hyosung, every single move is critical. We're going to break down their strategy, their big decisions, and see what their plan is for trying to dominate the future. So first things first, let's get a handle on just who we're talking about here. Hyosung is a huge conglomerate, but what's really important to understand is where they're a dominant force. So, what makes Hyosung a king on this board? Well, for starters, they are the world's #1 producer of spandex. But their empire, it goes way beyond fashion. They are a powerhouse in the things you don't always see. The tire cords that keep your car safe on the road, the transformers that light up our world, and even the tech inside the ATMs we use. And they're not stopping there. They are making some really big plays in the future with things like hydrogen engines. Okay, with that kind of scale in mind, let's pop the hood and take a look at their financial engine. The numbers, as of the third quarter of 2025, they look pretty impressive, at least at first glance. In just the first 9 months of 2025, their operating profit hit over 300 billion Korean won. To put that in perspective, that's roughly $250 million US. It's a really clear sign that their core businesses are running like a well-oiled machine. And get this. They're sitting on a mountain of assets, nearly 5 trillion won. But, as any analyst will tell you, big numbers alone don't really paint the full picture. You gotta look deeper to see if they're actually stable. And this brings us to a really cool tool that analysts just love to use. It's a way to get a quick, data-driven read on a company's financial health, and maybe even predict some trouble down the road. It's called the Altman Z-score. Basically, it's a formula that pulls together a bunch of key financial ratios to spit out a single number. Think of it like a credit score, but for a whole company. Anything above 2.99 is considered safely out of the danger zone. So let's see how Hyosung stacks up. Okay, now this is where the story gets really interesting. Look at that X1 value. It points to a little short-term cash gap. But then, look at X2. This is their retained earnings. Basically, the profits they've stockpiled over the years. It's a massive number, and it acts like a powerful anchor, single-handedly pulling their overall Z-score deep into the safe zone. It's really a testament to their long-term profitability. With a financial fortress that strong, Hyosung has the luxury of playing offense. They're not just defending their position, no, they are actively reshaping the board. Let's check out their next moves. And this slide is just a perfect snapshot of their strategy. On one hand, they're buying assets like the Onsen tank terminal to lock down a steady stream of income. But at the same time, they're selling off pieces that don't quite fit their long-term game, like a stake in a Ferrari dealership. It's all about focusing their resources on the moves that matter most for the future. And now for their boldest move yet, a 1 trillion won bet. That's over 700 million US dollars on a brand new plant in Vietnam. Their mission? To create the world's first bio-based spandex, made from renewable stuff like corn. I mean, this isn't just an investment, it's a declaration that the future of materials is green, and they plan to lead the charge. But of course, no strategy happens in a perfect world. The chessboard is full of traps and obstacles, and Hyosung is facing some pretty significant global storms that could totally throw their plans off course. Yeah, the board is definitely full of threats. They're navigating a minefield of risks. You've got the looming shadow of trade wars that could slap huge tariffs on their goods, the ripple effects of geopolitical conflicts that could just sever their supply lines, and, of course, the roller coaster of oil prices that can wreak havoc on their costs. This is where a great strategy really shines. It's not just about having a plan for sunny days, right? It's about building a fortress that can actually withstand the storms. So, what are Hyosung's countermoves? So, how do they defend their king? With a 3-tiered fortress. Step 1, they're building factories in key markets, like the US, to dodge those tariffs. Step 2, they're not putting all their eggs in one basket, sourcing raw materials from all over to avoid disruptions. And step 3, they're using a bit of financial wizardry, tools that can lock in exchange rates and stuff like that, to shield themselves from market swings. It's a true masterclass in managing risk.
So we've looked at the company, their financials, their big strategy moves, and their defenses. What does it all add up to? What's the final verdict from the people watching this company so closely?
Well, their own CFO summed it up perfectly: profitably resilient, strategically clear. Now, this isn't just some corporate jargon. Profitably resilient points to that deep financial strength we saw in the Z-score, and strategically clear points to their laser-focused plan for the future, a future built on sustainability and high-tech growth.
So what's the next move you should be watching? Definitely keep an eye on how that new tank terminal performs. Is it going to be the cash cow they're hoping for? Watch where the money from that Ferrari sale goes. That could signal their next big bet. And absolutely pay attention to their heavy industry division. The AI revolution could send demand for their equipment through the roof. But the real nail-biter is their green tech gamble. Is it going to be checkmate or a really costly mistake? And that leaves us with this. Hyosung has made its move. It's placed huge bets on two of the biggest trends shaping our world, sustainability and AI. They've fortified their position, for sure. But on the wild, unpredictable chessboard of the global economy, is any defense truly impenetrable? Have they really set themselves up for a decade of dominance, or will the coming storms just prove to be too powerful? The game is far from over, and it's one we'll all be watching.